Welcome back, SHSATers. Hopefully this is good now. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go through our normal spiel to make sure we're live. Welcome back. All right, I think we're good. So let me get that set up so I can see your guys' messages. Please like and subscribe. All right, let's get this ball rolling. I'm going to be able to do about 15 minutes here, if even, but if it's 1 to 2 problems, it's 1 to 2 problems. So back to 73. A box of colored pencil contains exactly 6 red pencils. The probability of choosing a red from the box is 2/7. So probability is 2/7. I wrote that out. How many of the pencils are not red? So let's try to figure out what this means in mathese instead of just English. So what it's saying is that 2/7 x is equal to 6. Okay, so then really what we're being asked to do is solve for x. So if we multiply both sides by 7/2, that goes away, and then that's times 7/2. Okay, so we get 42 over 2, and then we get that is equal to 21. Okay, that's the total number of marbles, right? Because if you think it through, if x is 21, 2/7 of 21 is going to give you the 6. So if there's 21 marbles and there's 6 red, then we have to subtract the 6 from the 21. And that'll give us 15. All right, so this probability question has like 1,000 variations to it. And that's the problem with trying to figure this out. But if you have the same underlying thoughts about it, on some of these, you can normally get through them. And remember, it says not red, and they bold-faced that for you guys. So that's that. 74 is this unit conversions with these weird things like logs and dolts, even though the dollar is a real thing. So that's our illustration, if you will. Often, I don't know. I don't like when these units have decimals or fractions in them. So maybe we want to say $2 is the same as $1. We don't know yet. Let's see where the problem goes. So Kevin has 140 logs. Let me change the color of this because I like to write. If this is my actual test paper, sometimes we can align these things up and get them to work out. So we have 140 logs, okay, and 16 dolts. Okay, that's the end of that. If he exchanges them for dollars, according to the rates above, how many dollars will he receive? Well, we can see already that there's a ratio here, 100 to 20 times. So this is $20. That would give us the analogous amount. Okay, and the other one, I think you guys would make a mistake and maybe say it was $8, right? But it's half, right? So if the 16 is actually 32 of them. Okay, so the answer for 74 should be F. Okay, it's not 20 plus 8, which is 28. That's where they're getting that from. A lot of you guys are just going to do the 16 times a half and get 8. That's not what the conversion is for that. All right, so be careful with those kind of things like that. And I could have written this out as proportions. 140 is to 7, as x is to 1. 0.5 is to 16, as x is to 1 or whatever as well, and gotten the same kind of thing. I may have just said that upside down. Okay, this one I kind of can't half believe is actually a SHSAT question, because you can just look at it and see that the answer is half. The x is going in units of 1. The y is going in units of 1. There's a diagonal going through it, so it's half right here. The shaded area is a half. It's just that simple. You could have computed 1/2 BH. You can get 1 times 1, and a half is still a half. So No, you could have got the area of your triangle is what I'm getting at. It's 1/2 BH. So it'll be 1/2 times 1 times 1. You're still going to get a half. So there's, this was a bonus question. So be careful. Make sure your attention to detail is there and that you guys are reading problems right. Let's see, there's a problem underneath this, right? Yeah, there is. This one's more nasty. I'm going to skip this for now. We might come back to that because I might draw that as a table and then log on with it live or whatever. Okay, this is just the normal kind of grade level question, but it's using nasty numbers like the 90 cents and the 26.90. Big deal that's not including tax. So it means there's no other money involved there. Okay. And what is the price per pound of the meat? Okay. And what they did too was they put like 8 pounds of meat here, and this 5 here, they put a word instead. This starts playing around with your brain, right? So what you need to do is multiply the 90 times the 5. We're going to get what, 450 there? 9 times 5 is 45. Okay. She paid a total of that. It doesn't say she gets any change. So basically what we have to do is do the subtraction. 26.90. And what do we get? That 0, 4.22. And we have, we're going to divide that by 8 then. And we can even do that upside down. So 8 times 3 is 24. That's no good. So we're going to get 2. So already we can see that the answer would be A because it's 280. Anyway, 16, so we get 6 left over. And 8 times 8 is 64. So we get 2.8. We don't really care about the 0, but it's dollars and cents. So we have to put it in. So for that reason, we end up getting A out of that. Okay. Okay, 78 is kind of like the first one we just did when I re-entered the stream. It's asking for something not the case. Okay. So in a sample of 10 cards, so we have 10 cards. Four are red. In fact, I'm not going to do it that way because I normally like to line these up. 4 are red, 6 are blue. If 2 cards are selected at random from the sample, one at a time without replacement, what is the probability that both cards are not blue? So that's the same as what is the probability that both cards are red, right? So the probability that it's blue would be the 6 out of 10. Otherwise, it would be the 4 out of 10 first, right? Okay, if it's without replacement, that means once the first card is removed, there's no longer 10 cards, right?